So the official news is in, ladies and gentlemen. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has departed ways with Manchester United. There's a clarification. It's been all over the shop, but it's finally happened. Funny thing is, I had a video planned yesterday. It was more of a rant about the whole Watford game. I didn't put it out because I was going to put it out today, and then I saw that Solskjaer had been fired anyway, so here we are. It's going to be a different video. So is it a surprise? I mean, 1,000%. No, it isn't, right? Solskjaer was out of his depth at the end of the day. I don't like seeing managers fired, especially someone like Solskjaer, because at the end of the day, folks, you know, he is a really nice guy. But unfortunately, being a nice guy doesn't guarantee you any type of success. I mean, being a nice guy really doesn't work in the world of football. You've got to be a little bit of a hard head, and you've got to stamp your authority, and he never really did. Tactically, we've never looked very good, I would say, well, especially over the last few months. It's all gone downhill, and it is time to move on. So thank you, Solskjaer, for what you've done. You know, I think we can certainly take the positives in the sense that we've got rid of some of the deadwood that was in the team. You've brought in a lot of good quality. Whether we would have got some of these players with different managers, who knows? But anyway, thanks, Solskjaer, for what you've done, mate. But it is time now to bring someone else in. So let's talk about that, because that's really the main thing now, isn't it? You forget Solskjaer, he's done what he's done, okay, but now it's time to find a replacement. And folks, we can't keep doing this, though. You know, we can't keep getting new managers, embarrassing ourselves. I mean, how many managers have we had now since Solskjaer's left? We had David Moyes. Barely gave him a chance, didn't happen, because I think we were very premature. If David Moyes came in now, he would have got so much more time with the team than what happened. We pretty much went from Sir Alex Ferguson winning everything, which, well, we started to not win as many as he got older and the team wasn't as in depth. But still, Ferguson was winning pretty much everything at the time. And then Moyes comes in and we had a bit of a nightmare. And then it was like, well, now what? Bring in the new manager? So yeah, then we brought in Louis van Gaal. Didn't work out. We brought in Jose Mourinho. It didn't work out. We brought in Solskjaer. And here we are again. But I think the problem is, folks, we are getting to the point now where every single manager, and I'm going to bring up a few things here. These were just a few different articles lurking about, and obviously Twitter going mental. But it's getting to the point that every manager we seem to get in is very defensive-minded, right? Solskjaer, you thought he'd be more of an attacking manager, you know, what with him playing as a centre-forward, and he knows the Manchester United way. But he never really did he? Like, we'd have our moments where we look really good going forward. But over the last few months, all that's happened is he's got no faith in his defence, and we've just been playing more and more defensive. The next manager that comes in, if he starts the first game with 2 DMFs, I'd say no, I don't want him. Seriously, I don't want him. Come in with the mentality in this club that you're going to play attacking, attractive football, and bring back the fear of playing Man United at Old Trafford. Not like, oh, we're playing Manchester United. Well, that's guaranteed at least 1 point, maybe even 3 points, depending on how they're feeling. That's what it got to, and we were sick of it. So we need a manager, folks. We need a manager that has got an attacking flair about him. Now, Michael Carrick is going to be, and let's talk about this real quick. I'll be all over the place here as the thoughts come through the brain. Michael Carrick is going to be taking over as caretaking manager. And honestly, that's just as bad as Solskjaer staying in the job, because him and Solskjaer have been working together for the last how many years, you know, trying to get this team to where they need to be, and they haven't gone anywhere. So Michael Carrick being in charge, for me, we're in the same predicament. He's not a hard-headed type of player, and I think he's going to let the players walk all over him, and he's not really even a manager. He's just, you know, an interim manager for the time being. So that's not great anyway. The whole Carrick thing, I can't see us actually improving, because we do need a proper manager, and I can't see that happening, ideally, until maybe the summertime, because all the good managers right now are elsewhere. I mean, you've got the likes of Zinedine Zidane, but I don't really think Zidane is going to do much for us. I mean, here's a look at how much money was spent since Solskjaer took charge, right? So we've whacked out 387 million. You've got Man City at 380, Liverpool only 112, and then Chelsea 348. I mean, it goes to show you that spending money probably sounds better. Spending money willy-nilly is not going to guarantee any success. Doesn't work that way, okay? This isn't FIFA. You can't just go and buy a team, then the chemistry's on 100, and then, right, go online and play. It doesn't work that way. You've got to be able to gel the team. You've got to have some tactics set up as well. Right, here we go. So this is what we're talking about, right? Man United fans, who do you want to be the next manager? And you've got Zidane. You've got Brendan Rodgers, of course. Ten Hag of Ajax, and then you've got Luis Enrique. And honestly, out of all those managers, I'd probably say Brendan Rodgers or even the Ajax guy, just because I know the Ajax way. There's no way an Ajax manager is going to come in and play defensively. It's just not the Dutch way. I played for the Ajax Academy for a while. Every single match we played was a 4-3-3. I play as a right winger, you had your left winger, your centre forward. Generally, those two wingers didn't really drop back a whole lot. They were pretty much there to mark the left back and the right back and kind of pin the opposition back. We don't play that way, or we never played that way under Solskjaer. So, for me, I don't really want Zidane. I don't think he's going to do much to this. And honestly, I think it's a bit of a... It's a big gamble to bring in Zinedine Zidane because he's never done anything in the Premier League. Neither has Ten Hag, I get that. But he's a little bit more experienced than the likes of Zinedine Zidane. Brendan Rodgers is Brendan Rodgers, right? He's been in the Premier League for a long time. I think he could really bring something to Manchester United. I really do. And then Luis Enrique, once again, don't really know how he'd do in the Premier League. So, yeah, once again, you're kind of thinking, is he going to do the business or not? So, I mean, if you're looking at those four right now, who would you guys really want at Manchester United? I mean, obviously you got Steve Bruce lurking about. Be another disaster. Come on, no offense, Brucey. But that's not really going to work, I don't think, for Manchester United. Who else is lurking about? Anyone else? There's probably a few other managers. But, yeah, it's a big decision. And Man United can't take this lightly. We cannot have this happening again. We've had so many managers since Ferguson's left, and it's been disastrous. I mean, Jose Mourinho probably was our best manager, because he won the most trophies with us. You know, the Europa League. Did we win the FA Cup or the League Cup with him? No, it wasn't the League Cup. It was something else. So, going by that success, it's like Jose Mourinho. But I don't want a Mourinho-type manager. The manager that comes in has to have some balls to be able to say, if you're not good enough, then sod off. Simple. The likes of Harry Maguire. I actually saw an article about him. Something about him speaking out. I can't quite find it. He said something. There was an article about Harry Maguire saying something about Solskjaer, and it's like, but you're the players. Like, you've got the manager fired because you couldn't be asked to work. Like, I know tactics are a massive part of football, yes, but having a brain is not a difficult part of football. Like, your brain should tell you, right, close down the player. So if you can't be bothered to do it, you're not working for the manager. So in turn, he's going to get fired. So the players have got the manager sacked in the long run, because they just haven't shown any heart. I mean, Donny van der Beek came on yesterday against Watford. Breath of fresh air. And a player that's been sitting on the bench, not being given a chance, but he still went on there and worked for the manager and worked for himself. Whether he worked for the manager or not, but he worked for himself. But he was getting involved, he was winning the ball, he even scored a goal. And that goal, by the way, that we scored from United, where Sancho whipped it into the back post, Ronaldo flicked it across, and then Donny van der Beek tapped it in. That's the type of football that we should be playing. When you've got someone like Ronaldo, who's one of the best aerial threats in the business, get the ball down the flanks, whip them in, and cause some problems. But we never played that style, and that's why we need the manager who's going to say that. Exploit the wings. You've got Rashford, you've got Sancho, right? Even Lingard can play on the wing. You've got Greenwood. They've all got pace. Even Martial's got pace, whether he stays or not. But we never use it. And then you've got Cristiano Ronaldo, who, yes, he's 36 now, but he still has so much more experience than any other player out there, knows how to win a match, and he'll get the best out of you. So we need to change the style of play, use the flanks, use what we have in the team, and also strip Maguire of the captaincy. Number one priority, I'm telling you, when a manager comes in, you take the captaincy off of Maguire, because he's not a captain. Give it to Ronaldo, more experience. I mean, Bruno Fernandes, but he's been a little bit disappointing lately. But there are other options than giving Maguire the captaincy, because he's shown nothing. Nothing since he's become the captain. He's got worse, if anything. I mean, he's more excited about celebrating a goal against San Marino. It's embarrassing. But anyway, folks, that's the big news. Manchester United have got rid of Solskjaer. I think it was time. he knows it was time. And you feel bad for Solskjaer, but he had enough time to turn this around. He couldn't do it. And now it is time to bring in someone else. But Man United, as a whole, have got to sort this out. You can't be doing this again. We're not going through the same bollocks again for what? 1, 2, 3, 4. We've had 4 managers in what, 7 or 8 years? That's worrying. That's not Man United quality. So we got to fix it. Anyway, you let me know below, who do you want to be the Man United manager? And if you're not a Man United fan, then you probably say, well, bring Ollie back as an interim manager. No. So let me know below, and we'll be back shortly with more. But until next time, take care.